What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Sports Talk with Broge, and we are here to dissect the NBA playoffs for this day of May 4th, 2018. So, we had two games on the menu today. We had the Golden State Warriors going to New Orleans to play the Pelicans up 2-0 in the series, and the Pelicans in their home barn find a way to win by 19, and this team looked good today. This team looked solid. And they were able to defeat the Golden State Warriors to cut the series lead to 2-1. You had guys like Rondo giving you 21 assists and 10 rebounds. Wow, just dishing the rock, creating offense for this team, while Anthony Davis finds a way to score 33 points and 18 rebounds. Whew. Drew Holiday with 21 points. Clark coming off the bench with 18. This team is interesting. They have talent. They have an elite big man like Anthony Davis, who is very, 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 very hard to defend. You have Rondo, who is a veteran guy. Now, we obviously know he has some locker room issues to an extent, but it's clearly clicking right now. And this Pelicans team is giving a good fight. And to cut the series lead at 2-1, and to be able to play another game in the New Orleans barn, they have a potential 2-2 series tie coming up, which is amazing. I mean, the way this team is playing, they're not afraid of the Golden State Warriors. They don't look at the Golden State Warriors and say, oh no, I don't know if we can beat them. No, they're a confident bunch, led by a confident coach and a confident fan base. Listen, they're not afraid. Looking at Kevin Durant, he only hit one three-pointer tonight, 22 points. Klay Thompson, 26, so he obviously had a little bit better of a night than he did a few nights ago, but he was 9 of 22 from the field. Steph Curry with 19 points. He shot 3 of 9 from the three-point land. Draymond Green almost logging in a triple-double, 11 points, 12 rebounds, and 9 assists. But I just love the way that this Pelicans team is playing. It's clear to me that they have the swagger that's needed to compete. And they're not afraid, and that is huge, and it goes a really long way. It really does. And I'm curious to see how they're going to go moving forward. Now, the first game in this series was obviously a blowout. But they fought a little bit in the second. And listen, they go home and they make some noise. So I'm interested to see where this series is going to go moving forward. 2-1 Golden State. And how about this? The Houston Rockets go to Utah. After Utah just found the way to squeak out a Game 2 win in Houston. This game was a blowout. I mean, you're talking about a Houston Rockets team that scored 70 points in the first half. The Utah Jazz had no answers. I mean, their stat lines are kind of ugly to look at. We just had Ben Simmons have one of his worst games. Actually, his worst game, going 0 for 4 from the field with 1 point. Donovan Mitchell, 4 of 16 shooting, 10 points. But literally, at the point of some of these points, the game was pretty much useless. He didn't show up tonight, and we're not used to seeing that out of him. I will say that. He's very enjoyable to watch. Looking at these stat lines, I mean, Ingles had 6 points. 6 points. He's someone who needs to be red hot from 3 for this team. And it's funny because the first play of the game, he's shooting a 3-pointer from the logo, and it's straight cash. But you need someone like him to step up and have a good game. Jay Crowder, 7 points, 1 of 6 from the field. Gobert, 12 points. Utah just wasn't there tonight. It was tough. James Harden, 25 points, 12 assists. Chris Paul, 15 points, 6 assists, 7 boards. I mean, the Houston Rockets showed that they are a better team. They have more depth. They have better superstars. They're well coached. And it's, I actually thought that this Utah Jazz team coming off that winning Game 2 could have had an opportunity because their crowd, their energy is insane over there. They really get behind this team. They believe in this team. But like I said, when you have players like Donovan Mitchell, like Ingles, your key players that need to have good games, and they're not having good games, it's kind of like the Sixers. When Ben Simmons isn't having a good game, it's going to be tough. And that's really any team, obviously. But, your bigger guys just weren't there tonight, and it happens. It definitely happens. So this was a whooping for the Houston Rockets. They now take a 2-1 series lead, but looking at this game, you can just tell Houston's a better team. I mean, it is obvious, but it doesn't mean the Jazz are out. It doesn't mean they're not going to compete. I believe that this Jazz team is gonna come out Game 4 and say, listen, we're going to fight. We're going to fight. And I firmly believe that. Just sometimes the ball doesn't go your way. And that's the way that it kind of felt watching this game for the Utah Jazz tonight. It was a struggle for them. They couldn't find the basket at times, and Houston would just go in on these runs and, leading by 25, 20 plus during the game. It's tough. It's tough. So that's where we are. We have a 2-1 Warriors series lead as the Pelicans cut that in half. And then you have the Rockets taking a 2-1 series lead over Utah in Utah. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, and comment down below with your thoughts and opinions. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.